So Starfield has a crazy amount of skills, and each skill having multiple levels, it can be a bit overwhelming for a new member of Constellation. Well, don't worry, in today's video, I'm going to be going over what the best skills are to focus on for the early game, and which ones will give you the greatest edge when leveling up your Explorer. Then once you've acquired all those skills, I'll be going over the best skills to get later on for any playstyle. So first, let's start with the early game and which skills you're going to want to pick up as soon as possible. We're going to start with the tech tree, as this has some great early perks in it. Number 1, we have the boost pack training. This will unlock the ability to use the jetpack you're given very early on. It's great for exploring worlds, but it's also pretty fun, so you're going to want to put at least 1 point in there. And second in the tech tree, we have security. This will allow you to hack advanced locks, which is important since many ships that will land on planets while you're there in the early game will feature advanced locks. So if you want to go and steal a ship, you're going to want to pick up this perk, so put 1 point in there. Our final perk on the tech tree is absolutely amazing for early game content. It's the targeting control systems. This will let you lock onto an enemy ship and target specific parts of their ship to damage them, allowing you to knock out an enemy ship's shields, engines, or even their weaponry. Now let's move on to the social tree. The first skill you're going to want here is Persuasion. Throughout the game, you'll very quickly realize that conversations and persuasion play a massive role in Starfield, so picking up the Persuasion skill will make this a little bit easier. Now let's head over to the physical tree. There's a few perks you'll want to pick up here, specifically because some of the skills here are in tier 2, so you're going to want to sink at least 4 points into this tree in tier 1. So in the tier 1 perks, you're going to want to pick up Fitness to increase your oxygen capacity, which is great because you rely on oxygen to get around. Stealth, this will unlock the stealth meter so you can tell when you're detected. You're also 25% harder to detect, and Suppress weapons will deal 5% more sneak damage. Wellness to increase your max health, and then 1 more point in any of those, or weightlifting to increase your carry capacity. Once you have unlocked tier 2 physical, you'll want to pick up the gymnastics skill, which will give you the ability to slide and take 15% less fall damage. Now, if we head over to the science tree, you'll want to put 2 points into medicine, which will make your healing items more effective, and 2 points into research methods, which will make researching and crafting cheaper, which is fantastic for early game when your resources are low. After that, put some points into spacesuit design. This will allow you to research and craft much better spacesuits and will pair well with research methods. Once you've got all those starter perks, here are a few perks later on in the game that will work with just about any playstyle. In the social tree, we have Diplomacy, which will allow you to stop NPCs from fighting, which is great for anyone, and Xenosociology, similar to Diplomacy, except this will let you command aliens, having them stop, flee, or even attack others for you. Again, this is a great skill for any playstyle. In the combat tree, we have Armor Penetration, which will let you deal more damage to hostiles' armor, which comes in very handy as the NPCs you face slowly get more armor as you progress throughout the game. And in the tech tree, we have Starship Design. If you're into shipbuilding, this will give you a much larger range of parts to attach to your ship, but I wouldn't pick this up until the late game since starship building can be very expensive and very time consuming. And finally, in the tech tree, the Boost Assault Training. For when things get messy, your jetpack unlocks a range of different abilities and even lets you slow down time. That's pretty cool. That's all for today's video. Shout out to my friend who has been no-lifing Starfield, so he was able to test all of these skills for me. I hope you have enjoyed today's video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like or even a cheeky sub so you don't miss more Starfield guides in the future. If you want to connect with me, my Twitch, Twitter, and Discord are all in the description below. Until then, happy exploring.